Good morning, students. Welcome to our science class. As already we have started lesson number 4, our skeletal system. So, till now we have discussed what is the skeletal system, how many bones are there in adult and the child or the baby, then how it consists of different parts like the skull, how many bones that have. Then after skull we have discussed about the backbone, how the backbone is made, how many rings are there, then what kind of bones are there, that we have discussed. After that, the third, we have discussed the rib cage, how the rib cage is curved, and which body part it protects and all. Then we have discussed about the girdles, and the girdles means pelvic girdle and the pectoral girdle, means the shoulder girdle and the hip girdle. Like that way we have discussed till now. After that we have discussed the limb bones, means hand bones and the leg bones, that is also called as the upper hand or the lower hand bone. These kinds of, there are two kinds of limb bones, hand and leg bones, that we have already discussed in the last period. So let's continue, or let's proceed for the next topic, subtopic we can say it as functions of the skeleton. Means skeleton is having different kinds of bones, and what are the functions, main functions, means what is its role in our body system. So in the function, first function is very important function in our body. That one is the provides shape and support to our body. If the skeletal is not there, our body will not get a perfect shape, and our body will not having that kind of support whatever we are doing the work in all day, right? So throughout the day we are doing lots of activities, lots of work we are doing, and for this our skeletal system gives us support, and it provides the shape also to our body. Means the main function, and it is very important, is to giving the shape and support to the body. Apart from this, the next function is protects the delicate internal organs such as brain, spinal cord, heart, lungs and urinary bladder. As we have already discussed in the last period also, the skull is protected by the brain, spinal cord, heart, means each and every different part is protecting the very important organs of our body. Means first function of the skeletal system provides shape and support, and second one, it has, means whichever the delicate part internal organs are there and they need a protection, and the skeletal system gives them the protection. That's why they can work their function very smoothly. Understood? Next one, allows movement of different parts of the body. Not only this, we can bend, we can walk, we can run, we can twist, we can flip. All kinds of movements are possible due to skeletal system. If the skeletal system does not work properly, we cannot bend, we cannot twist, we cannot see here and there, we cannot walk. Means these body movements are controlled by the skeletal system. This is also a very important function we can say of the skeletal system. And last but not the least is the bone marrow produces blood cells. As we know that blood cells are very important in our body. So it produces the bone marrow for that blood cells. Means its initial stage for that is very important to produce the bone marrow for the blood cells. Understood? Means these are the main 4 functions of our skeletal system: support, giving shape, support, protecting us, allows the movement, and the production of the bone marrow. These are the 4 main functions of our skeletal system. I hope you understood. So let's proceed. Now, after that, we will discuss about the joints. We have joints in our body. Means when we are, let us take the example of our hand also, or the leg also. If you want to write your finger, you are twisting, right, folding itself. At that time they can do. Otherwise, you cannot move your joints. Means when joints means what? Two bones are there, and that two bones are connected with each other. So with that, where they are connecting, that point or that point of contraction is called as the joint. Understood? Two bones are attached to each other with the, means where the two points are meeting point, or the intersection point, we can say, that is called as the joint. Now, how many kinds of joint we have in our body? The answer is 4. There are 4 joints in our body. First is the ball and socket joint. Second, hinge joint. Third, pivot joint. And fourth one is the gliding joints. These are the 4 main, joints, means where the two bones connect with each other and forming a joint, and they interlock with each other. That is called as a joint, and there are 4 main types of the joints. We will see one by one. First one is the ball and socket joint. In the slide you can see on the and figure is given to you all, ball and how the ball and socket joint is there. See, it allows the maximum movement whenever our body requires the movement. Means our some body parts are there, they are moving, but not too much, right? But when we have the maximum movement of our body, and which joint allows us to have that maximum movement, the answer will be the ball and socket joint. With the help of this joint, we can move our body at the maximum extent. And examples are shoulder and hip joint. We have the shoulder, we can do the movement with of our shoulder, and the hip also. And there, which kind of joint is present? Ball and socket. In the figure also you can see. This is the first type of the joint. After that, we have the hinge joint. In the hinge joint, in the previous type we have seen the maximum movement is allowed, but in the hinge joint, a movement is allowed, but only in one direction. We can move our body in one direction only. In the first type, it is not directed like the one direction or the two direction. We can move our body in both the directions, but in the hinge joint, only and only one direction movement is allowed. You can see in the figure also how the hinge joint is there. Trochlea is there, trochlear notch is there when their two meeting bones are there. Then humerus is upper part is called, and the ulna. This is related to our leg joint also. So what are the examples for that? Elbow. We have the elbow. In elbow, the upper and lower bones are there. Where they meet, that the meeting point or the meeting joint, we can say, is the hinge one. And in the fingers also, when the two fingers joint are there, then toes and knees. These are the examples for the hinge joints. Next is the pivot joint. It allows bones to rotate. Now, in the previous two ones, we have discussed one direction movement, maximum movement. But in pivot joint, rotation of the bones can be possible. We can rotate our bones, or twist, we can say it, right? Now, examples is the skull. We have the skull, so we can rotate it. Then the backbone. In the backbone also we can little bit we can rotate. The wrist we have. In the wrist also we can do the rotation, and the elbows also we can rotate. Means whenever we want to rotate our body, the joint, at that time. Which kind of joint is useful for that? That is the pivot joint. Right? Now let's proceed to the last but the least. The last one is the gliding joint. Gliding joint means in this joint it allows bending. We can bend our body, twisting. We can twist our body, and turning movements. We can turn our body in the other directions. This can be done with the help of gliding joint. It allows the bones to slide over each other. Whenever each other points are there, it can also allow it. Then if we found in the wrist, ankle, and between two vertebra of the phalanx. Examples are the wrist and ankle joint. These are the gliding points, or with the help of these gliding points we can bend our body, we can twist our body, we can turn. Means these kinds of bending, twisting, and the turning movements can be allowed with the help of which joint? Gliding joint. Right. Now see, today we learned functions of the skeleton system. What are the functions? Gives the shape and support, protects delicate internal organs, then movements are allowed with the help of the skeletal system, and the bone marrow produces blood cells. This is very important in the skeletal system. Means with the help of this importance or the functions, we can do our work properly or smoothly. And then we have discussed how many joints? 4 kinds of joints. First, ball and socket joint, hinge joint, pivot joint, and the gliding joint. I hope you understood the functions and the types of the joints. Again, you need to do the practice for that. And I'm providing you the new words you have written already. Again, I will keywords I will send it in the PDF. Write it down into the notebook. The remaining part we will see in the next period. Till then, bye bye. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.